Alright, so we're weaning calves today. We're getting ready to unload them. This is one of the Mirafount waters. It has a ball that comes up and normally seals this over. That way it won't freeze when it gets cold. It's not that cold right now anyway, but there's a bolt. If Melissa come show you. I just put this bolt inside there, and that bolt helps hold the ball back, so you can see how the ball won't float up in here. That way they can learn how to drink out of this before and then later in the year, or after when it gets cold, I'll make it where the ball will float back up. So this basically helps train them to learn how to drink out of these water tanks. We're getting ready to unload them here in a second, and then we got another load to go get, and I've got a couple bulls after that I'm gonna take to the stockyards to sell. They'll sell tomorrow, so that's the plan today. I think Melissa's already taken some videos today, but here's our calves. I'm getting ready to let them into our weaning lot. They've got some hay. I usually like to stockpile some grass in that lot so they have plenty of grass to eat, but that didn't happen this year. I had a horse and a couple cows in there. I am leaving the one bull and a couple other yearling bulls and one 2-year-old bull in there with them. Sometimes having some older animals in there with them can help calm them down and help make sure they come to water and eat and stuff like that. This white one's grandma's calf. She's the only white one in here, Charlotte Cross. She definitely stands out. Okay, so this is the field we wean them into. The water's there on top of the hill. Put some hay out. You see the calves are starting to walk the fence a little bit. This field's not real big. There's the fence on that side. Goes back to the trees. It's maybe 3 or 4 acres, and it's fenced off with woven wire fence. That way, hopefully they won't get out. They'll probably walk the fence for a few days, but hopefully the older bulls being in here will help calm them down some. Okay, so today's Sunday, October the 22nd. We weaned calves. I think it's been 4 days ago. They spent quite a bit of time, walking and kind of bawling the first couple days. They've calmed down substantially today. I actually bought some square bale alfalfa hay. It's not full alfalfa. It's probably 25 to 30% alfalfa to supplement these calves, since I don't have real good pasture here. I do have a strip of grass that's maybe 3 or 4 acres, well, probably 2 to 3 acres that I'm going to put them on. I'm going to train them to electric fence with an offset. I'll show you that here in the next day or so, how to train them to electric, or how I train them to electric. Calves calmed down a lot. Just wanted to kind of update you guys. There's a lot of fall color right now. Things are really pretty right now with all the trees changing color. So just want to give you guys an update, and I'll show you what the calves look like. Again, ideally I would have weaned these calves onto fresh grass, but unfortunately I didn't have that option. So again, every couple days I'm putting out some square bale alfalfa. Again, about 20-30% alfalfa hay for them to eat. I'm trying to keep them, as healthy as possible. That's one of the ways to avoid using antibiotics, is through good management. The bulls being in here also help calm them down, because the bulls are apt to eat and go to feed. So again, they're more apt to help calm the calves down. If you don't want to leave your bulls in with them for a while, then you can leave. If you have some cull cows that you want to leave in with them, that can definitely help calm them down as well. At the top of the gate, on top of the hill, there's a lane beside the road. It's probably 2 or 3 acres that I'm gonna try to fence off and let them graze that here probably next week. I've got another group to wean on Friday, so about 5 days from now. Once they all get settled and we get these guys trained to electric, then we'll start letting them graze some. and I won't have to hold them in this pen any longer. Well, I say pen, it's about a 3 or 4 acre field. So that's the plan. And I'll show you, probably come back tomorrow or the next day, and I'll show you how we train them. But basically, to train them to electric, I'm going to go up to probably that post, and I'm going to bring an electric fence out to about here, and I'm going to come down and circle it around. So electric fence will basically come out into the field about a half circle. The water is up here, so the calves are coming up here to drink water. So every time they walk this direction, they're going to have to walk around the electric fence I set up. And in my experience, they may knock it down for 3 or 4 days in a row, but eventually, once they realize what it is, they'll start looking for it, and they'll start respecting the electric fence. One of the other things I'm going to try to capture is sometimes it's really peaceful to listen to the cows eat, as odd as that sounds. So I guess Ruby watches the ASMR videos, so I'll try to give you all a little ASMR. Okay, cows say bye for today. I'll show you how we set up that electric fence probably tomorrow or the next day. Okay, today's Monday, the day after the last video, October the 23rd. I mentioned trying to train these cattle to electric, and I'll show you how I'm doing that. Very simple setup, but wanted to kind of show you. So there's already an electric wire lining this fence. So I've got a single strand, it's turned off right now. I've got a single strand of poly wire, set off a foot or so between our woven wire fence. And then I'm gonna take an offset. So I attached it here, and I'm basically coming out away from the fence to get what you can see better. And then just made a little half circle, and basically just trying to train these calves to look for this fence. So, I put it about, usually set it about nose height, so it's probably a couple feet off the ground. That way if they come up and they sniff it, they'll get a little shock and it'll train them. In my experience, you may have to come out and reset up this fence every day for 3 or 4 days. And then after they learn to look for it, then they'll start looking for it and they'll avoid it. So again, if you just set this up and it's got a good strong electric shock to it from your charger, or your energizer, I should say, then this should train pretty quickly. I don't have to worry about them getting out, because if they can't really get out because they have woven wire fence around the boundary of this field. This group of cattle that we weaned, they came from the farm that's further away that we rent, so they have not been on electric fence before. The other group that we're going to wean on Friday, they have been on electric fence before, so we really don't have to train them. But this group, we do have to train. This is my Energizer Speedrite 6000. Had pretty good luck with these. I've got some 3000 Speedrite and some 6000, and they both have worked well. This is the way a lot of times I'll check to see if my electric fence is working. I'll take a green piece of grass and I'll set it on the fence. I can already feel it coming through the grass. That dilutes out the power of the fence. The closer you get with your hand, the more of a shock you'll get. So yeah, it hurts a little bit. So the further you are away, that dilutes out the shock. The closer you get with your hand in the grass, the stronger you'll get a shock. Again, I'm sure y'all are aware, but we'll send a shock out about every second. But yeah, it's working. So they make fence testers you can do that with, obviously, but half the time I don't have a fence tester with me, so I just grab a piece of grass. And it looks like our fence actually survived. This is 2 days after we initially put it up, and they hadn't knocked it down. So I forgot to mention I had done this similar setup at the farm about a week before I weaned them. I did that to try to speed up the process of training them, so I guess that must have worked, because so far they have not torn it down. So I guess they've learned to respect it. Fed them some hay just now. Another hay bale over there. Again, I'm gonna we're weaning another group in 2 days, and then I'm gonna try to get them out on grass as soon as possible again. So again, everybody's looking pretty good. Knock on wood, I haven't had anybody sick yet. They all seem to have good feel. Their bellies look full, so that's a good sign. Haven't really seen any signs of sickness, so I think hopefully everybody's gonna be good. All right, so I guess that's all for now. I'll keep you guys posted, and hope y'all enjoy the nice fall color behind me. It's been dry, but luckily the calves look pretty healthy, and hopefully they continue to do well. Thank you guys, and have a good day.